Good morning, good afternoon, everyone, depending on where you're joining from. I would like to thank all the audiences here for taking some time to joining our webinar on mastering Sigma AI advanced features and financial use cases, right? So this webinar is being co-hosted by Sigma and Dataplatr team. I would like to give a quick glimpse about what this webinar is all about and what could be specific takeaways at the end of the session. So you'll have a good understanding of the Sigma, the BI platform, the architecture, the technical components, and how natural language is being used to drive business insights. And you'll also have a good understanding of what Data Platter does and the services and the accelerators that we have built for enterprise clients. We have a few housekeeping notes I would like to run through. This session is being recorded and we will share it at the end of the session. There are a couple of polls which we have released, which will be released along the way. And please take some time to respond, and it will be a good feedback for us. Since the webinar is being streamed in three platforms, I think folks who are joining from Zoom will also be able to respond, but others may not have the option to respond. And if there are any questions that are coming along the way, right, please use the Zoom chat box and the comment section in the respective platform for any questions. And we'll try to get back to those questions at the end of the session. Or if you're unable to answer them, we'll probably reach out one-on-one and, try to get in touch. With that said, I'd like to get started. Let me introduce myself. This is Chandra Alluri, co-founder and chief operating officer at Dataplatr. Along with me, I have a guest speaker from Sigma, Matt Hughes, senior solution architect and resident data experts from Dataplatr. So Matt, go ahead and introduce yourself, and then once you're done, I'll introduce the Dataplatr team.
Thanks, Chandra. My name is Matt. I've just recently joined Sigma after about a decade in the data and analytics consulting space. I was really excited to join today because I think that the larger FP&A reporting space in general is ripe for modernization and a better user experience. And so I thought this was a fantastic topic. So thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Matt. Let me introduce Prabu. He's the co-founder and chief technology officer at Dataplatr. He brings 20 years of experience in cloud data warehousing, data architecture, modernization, and analytics. In today's webinar, he's going to walk through the financial use cases using Sigma. And I would like to introduce Ratna. He's the Sigma practice lead at Dataplatr. He brings 15 plus years of industry experience in implementing and modernization of BI applications. In today's webinar, Ratna will walk through the technical components and also do a demo along the way. With that said, let's get started into the agenda. So we're going to touch on the Sigma, the modern cloud BI platform, and the differentiator in the market, data platter introduction and accelerators, traditional finance reporting challenges. We'll go deep into the Sigma components, the architecture, and the demo. And then we'll also close out with the financial use cases in Sigma and then open up the floor for any additional questions, right? With that, Matt, over to you.
Yeah, thanks so much. So at the beginning, we really just wanted to run through, I think, some differentiators around Sigma that actually makes the larger accelerators that we're going to talk about today possible. So if we think about the impact that we want Sigma to make with our customers and the reason that customers tend to look for us, they're wanting to either do things that lead to faster decisions, better performance in general, or innovation. And by that we mean, power new capabilities or even new products. Clover, I think, is a good example here, where they went from they took their time to insight and decreased it by 90%. The way that we tend to accomplish these things, though, is really through these three main differentiators on the next slide here. And the way that we tend to accomplish that is through um, a tight coupling with the modern data warehouse. Chandra, do you mind going to the next slide there? Is that possible? Perfect, thanks. And so the way that we tend to accomplish this is by a really tight coupling with the modern data warehouses. Those cloud data warehouses could be any number of ones, Databricks or Snowflake being the ones that we tend to work with most often, but we want to be flexible there. It's not enough to just work with those, but also to tightly couple with them to allow for live querying against massive data sets there. And then we think that that combined with an interface that allows for true self-service leads to much better business outcomes. So by that we mean an interface that any business user can pick up and get value from via the spreadsheet interface, flexibility that allows for a code-based approach via SQL or Python for the folks that want to use it. And at the end of the day, the ability to drill into any dimension via that live connection to the warehouse means that you get true self-service without having to go back and ask for changes. And then last of all, and this is the part that I'm personally most excited about, especially for the FP&A world, is that I often spend a lot of time, building reports, building data connections, building dashboards that provided insights and analysis, but didn't always allow for actioning or fit within a business process. So you would often get questions about how you can export that to Excel or how you can do data dumps or that sort of thing. And so we really think at Sigma that we have to close that gap between just finding insights and then actioning it. And so that's where our AI apps and workflows come in and close that gap between insight and action. So those I think are the three main differentiators for Sigma. We'll dive in through today how the folks at Dataplatr actually took that and implemented and provided business value. We're actually going to do a better, deeper dive into the architecture, but at a high level, if you're curious about that, there's a view here of the different data platforms that we work with and can support. We layer on top of that dynamic user security and governance that goes all the way back down the data layer, a robust AI layer, and then that allows you to then build the capabilities that I was talking about via the AI apps or the business intelligence. Like I said, we'll dive deeper into the to the architecture, and you can see how that actually applies to the FP&A world too.
Anything else, Matt, before I take over?
Oh no, that's great. Excited to see the data platter accelerators.
Thank you, Matt. So this slide talks about the Dataplatr introduction. So Dataplatr is a data analytics and AI consulting firm that helps accelerate the journey of the enterprises from raw data to meaningful and actionable insights. So we operate out of US, India, Middle East, and Latin regions. 90% of our workforce is a data certified professional that brings 15 years of experience solving enterprise problems. We have partnered with Sigma and other hyperscalers like Google Cloud Platform, Snowflake, and Databricks in solving enterprise data problems and modernizing their cloud analytics journey into the cloud. With that, these are some of our technical services. We are an end-to-end data services, like data engineering services helps build data pipelines, connecting to your enterprise apps like your ERP, CRM, HR platform, supply chain platform, so on and so forth, in bringing the data into the platform. And also using Medallion architecture, we transform the data, implement business rules, transformation rules, and stitch the cross-functional data to make to deliver meaningful downstream data sets. BI and analytics services helps build visualizations for end user consumption for making better decisions. Gen AI and AI services are kind of using the high yielding ROI use cases in the enterprises where we quickly prototype and develop and deploy solutions for the enterprises. And data ops services is kind of a service which helps automate the production deployment and infrastructure services using GitHub, Terraform, and Jenkins CI/CD pipelines. Accelerators are pre-built plug-and-play solutions that helps accelerate the journey of the customer from clean slate to production by taking 50% of the time. If you were to do a ground up development, it would be take more than 50% of our time actually. So getting into the components of accelerator, right? It comes up three components actually. Pre-built data pipelines connecting to your enterprise apps in bringing the data. We have built pre-built physical and logical data models which serve specific, which solves the specific business problems, where we have implemented the Medallion architecture and, using the bronze, silver, gold layer and pre-built Sigma dashboards, building self-service reporting. Right. These are built on cloud native platforms and which are very flexible and customizable to business needs. Right. This slide talks about our various solutions that we have developed for enterprises. In today's session, we're going to go deep into the financial analytics, but I would like to touch on what accelerator mean to us here, right? As I called out earlier, there are three components, right? In a financial analytics solution, the pre-built data pipelines connect to your EBS, Oracle EBS or SAP or NetSuite or Sage Intact kind of platforms and bringing the data into the data platform. And we have built business models covering the general ledger, the accounts payables, the receivables, and dealt with all that data cleansing, that data stitching, all cross-functional data stitching happens there. And we also have pre-built dashboards serving your teams like your cash flow, your P&L statements, the balance sheets, and so on and so forth. So this kind of solves the complete end-to-end service from a corporate finance team, right? So likewise, we have built solutions for various teams within an enterprise, your sales and marketing teams, call center analytics for customer service teams, people and talent acquisitions for HR teams, and procurement and spend for purchasing teams. So given the time, we don't have time to deep into everything. So but if there is any interest and you would like to have a deeper dive session, happy to connect post webinar and we can do a demo on those. So with that, I would like to hand it over to Ratna to get into the details of the actual webinar today. Thank you, Ratna. Take over. Yeah. You'd like to take a screen share?
Thank you, Chandra. Thank you, Matt. Hello, everyone. Welcome once again. I am Ratnadeep. Let me share my screen. Okay. Hope my screen is visible.
Yep.
So, we will be start looking how business teams operates today, followed by how Sigma makes it different and the Sigma's high-level architecture. Then most importantly, we will see the Sigma's live demo, key capabilities in action. And then finally, I will hand over to Prabu to walk us through the pre-built financial analytics in Sigma. So let's talk about the traditional finance reporting challenges. Before we go deeper, let's first understand the current solutions most business teams are working in today. Most teams already have the dashboards. They look KPI, they looks fine. They shows KPIs, trends, summaries, and it almost good to be look into the dashboards. But when the month end starts, the process breaks down. Data gets exported into multiple Excel sheets, multiple versions appear, changes happen outside the system. Trust break when your data moves out from the system. Every small adjustment like target numbers need to be changed or forecasted number need to be changed requires IT help. And all of this happen when your business data is spread across multiple SaaS tools. Traditional BI just built for publish the reports, not run the complete workflow. They are read only. They do not support the write back. They do not support the actions. They do not support the close. They do not close the gap between insights to execution, basically. Sigma is designed to close these gaps. So let's see how Sigma is different. So Sigma built in three major core ideas. First, Sigma built warehouse-based architecture. So all data stay into the cloud data warehouse only. Next, real self-service for business users. Business teams don't need to wait for an IT team. If they wanted to develop a dashboards or creating a models or wanted to do some custom calculations, everything available in a GUI based interface. And that is very easy to implement. That is called real self-service. Next, workflow and AI. Sigma provides intuitive layouts, controls, actions to complete the workflow. So users are not just looking into the numbers, they are interacting with it. We will show these things in the demo. In the AI, Sigma provides like Ask Sigma, formula assistance, where users can interact in natural language. When all of this come together, Sigma becomes a platform for running business. Now, let's see to the next slide. Yeah. So here is the Sigma's high-level Sigma's architecture. So enterprise data in the left-hand side, enterprise data comes from system like SAP, NetSuite, Salesforce, Oracle. Sometimes it is coming from marketing applications, and sometimes even it is coming from cloud data warehouse. In the step two, the data is extracted into near real time, or sometimes it is batch-wise ingestions. In the step three, data is being loaded into cloud data warehouse. It can be anything like Databricks, BigQuery, or Snowflake. So once data is connected to the Sigma, the data modeling layer comes into the play. Data models can be created by writing custom SQLs, by blending CSVs, by joining multiple tables, and by creating a different subtables. That is how data model is being created in Sigma. On top of the data models, we can create metrics and dimensions, and we can do various type of transformations on the data modeling side. Sigma supports 200 plus functions to do the modeling transformations. Once data modeling and the transformation is completed, users can build interactive dashboards and charts by using different controls, UI, and the layouts. On top of modeling and the visualizations, Sigma provides centralized governance. Governance controls the data access, user permissions, and team level access. Sigma also provides agentic AI capabilities. Users can ask natural language questions and perform the ad hoc analysis. Dashboards and reports can be embedded directly into the external applications with white labeling capabilities. Next is data apps. Sigma completes the end-to-end workflow by connecting the live data, user inputs, and alerts. That is build the data apps. Moving to the next slide. So let's see Sigma's core capabilities in actions. I am switching back my screen from PPT to Sigma. So in today's session, we will cover these many features like data modeling, visualization and drill down, layouts control, write back capabilities, alerts, version control and tagging, governance and security, and AI in Sigma. So before that, let's first see the Sigma's homepage. Okay, so this is the Sigma's homepage where users can create workbooks, data models, reports. Users can write the raw SQLs and upload the CSV for their ad hoc analysis. In the main screen, documents, Ask Sigma, Workspace, these options are available. Now let's go back to my PPT screen. So let's take a look on the data modeling first. Sigma have two ways to create the data model. Business users can create the data model by using GUI-based interface. And complex logic and advanced technical users can create a data model by writing a raw SQLs. Both users can develop data models seamlessly. On top of that, measures and additional dimensions can be defined and which can be reused across the analysis. Sigma also supports external data blending like CSV files. Now let's see how this data modeling looks like. So let me go to the GUI-based data model first. So here we created GL balances overview data model. So I'm clicking here, edit, to show you the lineage. So this is GL balances overview data model. Now I am clicking it here to see the lineage option. Because we have a lot of data models, now let's focus on the GL balances one. So see, GL balances data model is created by using this 4 table joins. And it is clearly visible GL balances, GL code combination, and V ledgers are the direct tables. Accounting period is not the direct table. That is created by writing a custom SQL. So that is how the GL balances data model created by the UI. Now, if I show this element again, on top of this data models, users can create metrics here, like opening balance, ending balance, period net amount. These all are metrics can be created on top of the data model, which can be reused all the analysis. Suppose any user wanted to see the joins, users can click it here and see the joining keys and so on. Now going back to my main home screen, and show you the same data model by writing a custom SQL. So I clicked it here. Now clicking it here, edit. Now the same GL balances data model is being created by writing a custom SQL. So here the SQL option is appearing. Let me click on the SQL. So in the previous example, we see one custom SQL. That custom SQL is being written here is in CTE format. And all other tables are the direct table that written as in a from clause to make the joins. And that is how we created SQL-based data model. And yeah, that is how Sigma enables both business users and advanced users together. Let me go back to my home screen. Now, next feature is visualizations and drill down. Sigma enables interactive visualization that go beyond static dashboards. Sigma supports various visualizations. Let me show you that. If I click on edit. So these are the common visualizations Sigma provides, like bar charts, line charts, combo charts, area charts, and so on. And even users can create tables, pivot tables, and write the Python also to create the visualizations. Now, let's talk about the drill down. Users can drill down directly from the charts, tables to explore the underlying data without switching any tools. Visual elements such as bar charts, line charts, colors, and labels can be defined and dynamically driven and navigate to the underlying data. Let me show you. So here in this example, let me first go to the published. Yeah. So here we have sales data for December 2025. Daily sales data, it is visible. So now I wanted to analyze why my 21st December sales is higher. So users can click it here to drill down. I wanted to see which region is driving these numbers. So by clicking in this region, I can see central region driving the major numbers. And even in the central region, the furniture is the major sales. Suppose now I wanted to see the underlying data. Users can click it here and click in this table options to see the underlying data. That is how Sigma provides flexibility to easily explore the underlying data. So next feature is layouts and controls in Sigma. Sigma layouts and controls allows workbook pages behave like applications rather than reports. Text inputs, drop-down, toggles, all text areas can be placed to be guide how users can interact with the data and create a structured and intuitive experience. So let me show you the available layouts and controls. So here Sigma provides various type of controls like list value, text input, text area, segmented. We use some of these controls in our next dashboard. I will show you that. Now, here is the UI. In the UI, Sigma provides text, images, buttons, dividers. These we can add in the dashboards. And different type of layouts like a container, repeated containers, tabbed containers, and modal. So if you see this, even this PPT is also being built on the tabbed container. Everything is available on a tabbed format. So that is the tabbed container. Now let's see one revenue dashboards. Okay. So here, this is the revenue dashboard where my x-axis is month-on-month data and the y-axis is basically sales data, and it is grouped by the region. As of now, I selected the last 2 years of the data, and this is showcasing me sales data. Now, suppose I wanted to see this month-on-month data into quarter-on-quarter or year-on-year. So we implemented actions on top of these buttons. So like whenever I'm clicking on this quarter, the numbers is converted into quarter-on-quarter. Similarly, moving to next, like group by. Currently, my numbers are showcasing group by region. Any user wanted to see these numbers by the ship mode or segment or category, they can click on these buttons and convert these numbers by these categories. Now, moving to next, the measures. So currently, this chart is showcasing the sales value. I wanted to see the profits instead of sales. So as soon as I'm clicking the profits, the automatically sales is clear up. How it is being clear up automatically? Actually, we implemented actions behind the scene. So, and these are the general filters. Any users can select particular one region or one category or one subcategory to do more analysis on top of this. Now, let's see how we implemented these actions. Let me close this view and edit this. So if I select this profit, I can show you these are the properties, formats, and this is the actions. So these many action is implemented on this profit control. So as soon as someone is clicking it here, these many action is running in sequence. Moving back to my home screen. Next is write back capabilities. So Sigma enables users to write data back directly from workbook to the data warehouse. By the input table, users can insert, update, delete rows through controlled actions while maintaining data type and validation structure. Sigma automatically tracks who made these changes and when it is being made. So this keeps business works control and transparent. So now let's see the write back table example. So here we have used accounting GL journal details model. From this GL journal details model, we created this pivot table. Ultimately, this pivot table is nothing but by the ledger name, we created the total net period amount value. And from this pivot table, we created a linked input table. In this input table, the target is created as an input column where user can change the targets. Suppose my month end starts and now my target is being changed from 70K to 80K. So users don't just need to be reach out to IT team. They just click in the edit. So suppose I wanted to change this number and from these numbers, this visualization is appearing. So suppose I'm changing this number from 70K to 80K. And so as soon as I'm changing my numbers, my timestamp also is being changed and who made these changes is automatically updated. And when I am changing this number, the visualization is also updated. And when I will publish these changes will be appear to all the viewers who have this report access. That is how input write back table works in Sigma. Now moving back to my home screen. Alerts. Sigma supports moving from static insights to active workflows. Alerts can be configured to trigger specific time or when specific conditions are met. These alerts can be initiate follow-up steps such as notifications, approval process, or API-driven integrations. This makes analytics static reports to executions, enabling automations directly from the data. Now let's see how we implemented alerts. Clicking out here. So here we have invoice approval data. Again, in the invoice approval data, we created a write back table where approval status is my write back column. And we have, suppose if I am clicking it here, edit, and I have access to approve or reject any claims or any invoices. And once it is approved or reject, it will be some specific time the alerts is being triggered. Let me show you. So alerts is being set up to send it to my Slack channel so that further actions can be taken on top of that. So let me send it now and show you. And also let me show you this alert. So this is invoice approval data where we are sending the CSV and it is daily once at this time it is sending the alerts and the condition is approval status approved. So only the approved claim will be passed on to my next team to take the further actions. Now let me show you the Slack channel now. Now in the Slack channel, if you see, it is these alerts is automatically appearing and the approved status claim is appearing here for take forward these actions. So that is how we can implement alerts in the Sigma. Now moving back to home screen, and next is version history and tagging. Sigma keeps complete history of the workbook every time it changes and published. Each version records who made these changes and when it is being created. Apart from this, teams can tag certain version with label like UAT, prod, or some milestone. So everyone knows which version is approved to be used. These tags are permissions control. Only authorized users can mark those versions as officials. So let me show you version history and tagging. So I'm showcasing you financial analytics dashboard. So in the right hand side, you see the version history is appearing, like who published these changes and when this is being published. Even not only this, if I click on this drop down, I can see what changes is being made. So let me show you some more good examples. Like here, you can see these many changes is being built in this publishment. Now, let me go back to my home screen again. Now let's see the tagging. Let me first show you how tags can be created. So here we created development, production, and testing tag. So tags can be created in two ways, like public tag and protected tag. Protected tag can be only authorized users can be accessed. No one can merge all of the changes in the protected tag. So as of now, you see the production tag is the protected tag and only Dataplatr admin team is the authorized users to merge all the changes in the protected tag. Now let's see in this example. So here you see this notification. So basically this users doesn't have the proper access to merge all of those changes into the production tag. That is why when they are trying to merge the changes, it is raising a notifications to the authorized teams like Dataplatr admin team. They can see what changes they made and they can approve or deny the request to merge the changes into the production tag. That is how tagging concepts work in Sigma. Moving back to next, governance and the security. Sigma implement governance by using two primary components, account type and the teams. Account type is set of permissions that determines what actions a user can perform within the Sigma applications. Next is teams. Teams are used to manage access, data, and the documents. By using teams, users have flexibility to implement access on a connection level access, workspace level access, and the data level access. Now, let's see the account types. Sigma provides admin, build. These are the top 5 are the default account type Sigma provide. On top of that, as per our need, users can create a separate custom account types as well. If we click on any one account type, then we can see what permission is being allowed in this particular account type. That is what account type. Going back to screen. Now let's see the teams. So here we created these many different teams like Sales US East, Sales US Central, Sales US South, and so on. And under the teams, we can add the multiple users to manage all this folder level, connection level access, and even data level access also. Now, let's see the next example for the data access. So here for the data access, in this data, we have all regions of the data, but I can only see the East region of data because I have implemented teams by the teams and the user attribute, the data level access. Because I am part of the team of the Sales US East, I am part of the sales US East. And if I go to the user attribute in the region for the sales US East, the by default value is the East. That is why I can only access the East region data. Even if I wanted to implement the filter, I cannot see the other region numbers as well. So that is how data level access being implemented by using the user attribute and the teams. Now, moving to next, AI in Sigma. So Sigma provides AI in different areas of the platform. Ask Sigma is the first of them. Ask Sigma allows users to interact with the data using natural language instead of writing complex queries. Users can ask business questions in simple language and receive governed answers based on the published datasets. The Ask Sigma demo will cover by the Prabu in upcoming slides. Let me just showcase where the Ask Sigma is available. So in the main homepage, here you can see the Ask Sigma. By clicking on the Ask Sigma, users can select the dataset and work on the ad hoc analysis. Now moving back to my home screen. Next is formula assistance. So instead of manually writing formulas, users can describe their requirements in plain English language and Sigma automatically generates those calculations. So that is formula assistance. I will show you that demo. And apart from this formula assistance and Ask Sigma, Sigma also supports the custom functions. Custom function is basically used to expose warehouse-based AI functions in the Sigma. Sigma provides simple reusable wrappers on top of the warehouse-based AI functions. So let me cover these two examples. So let's see first the formula assistance. Suppose for the formula assistance, I taken this revenue data model, clicking it here, edit. Yeah. So I will add the column, add new column. And while I'm adding, here the formula assistance is provided. I will write a new formula and just describe it. Please calculate average sales value per unit. Submit. That is how average sales value per unit is being calculated. If we wanted to change some formula, we can ask more prompts to change the formula. And I can use this formula and publish these changes so that this will be available for all the users in the data model. Now going back. Now let's see the custom functions. Okay, custom function is already open in my screen. So here I can show, first I will explain the data. So here we have the e-commerce feedback data available. Now my requirement is to convert this feedback into classify into category, good or bad category. So for that, I wanted to use warehouse-based AI functions. So to use, let me show you how we have used this. Classify feedback. So this classify feedback function is not Sigma's native function. We have created functions, custom functions within the Sigma. So here, because of that, the custom tag is appearing for us, like classify feedback, and then we will provide the feedback text, and then we will close the bracket, and that's all. So how it is being like classified, like I love this product, then it is showcasing the good. The service was terrible, then it is showcasing the bad. So it is categorizing those feedbacks. How we created this, let me show you. Custom functions. In the admin section, accounts, if I go at the bottom, here the custom functions we can calculate. Let me edit and showcase to you. So here we use the call text functions, which is Sigma's function. And from the call text, I am calling my warehouse-based classify feedback functions, which is classifying the feedbacks into different categories. So that is how custom function work in the Sigma. So yeah, today we saw these capabilities. Now let me move back to my slide again. So we truly appreciate your participation today. Now let's look forward for your questions. Before I hand over to Prabu, let's take a quick poll. After seeing Sigma's core capabilities, which area are you most interested in applying first within your business? Like enabling business-owned write back for budgets and forecast adjustment, building guided finance apps in Sigma Workbook, or automating alerts, workflows, approvals directly from your analytics, or AI-powered analytics enablement using Ask Sigma and the AI functions. If your answer is other than these options, please specify in the chat. I'm holding for 10 seconds and then we'll see the result. Okay, great. So most of us selected the AI-powered analytics enablement using the Ask Sigma and the AI functions. Over to you, Prabu.
So, yeah, Ratna, that was a detailed walkthrough on the Sigma, but I'm going to talk about pre-built analytics, what we offer in Sigma. I think Chandra covered the various offerings from finance analytics, sales and marketing, and contact center analytics, etc. But we'll do a deep dive and do a demo on the financial analytics. So moving to the next slide. As part of financial analytics, we have these four major data models: general ledger, account payables, account receivables, and fixed assets. As part of general ledger, we have balances overview, journal details like sales journal, cash receipt, etc. And then we can also look at the trial balance. And under account payables, we have account payable overviews, aging analysis, and then deeper into the invoices, invoice hold information, and the payment analysis. Similarly, on the account receivables, we have the transaction summary, agings, and cash receipts. Under fixed asset, we can see the fixed asset overview and asset depreciation details. So these were like some of the key KPIs built under this data models. So from here, I'll jump into the tool directly. Let me take a screen share. Okay, so first I want to give a quick glimpse of like what we have as a pre-built accelerators, right? So one is like, we have the entire pipelines built on the backend, whether it could be like, customer preferred platforms like BigQuery, Snowflake, or any of the SaaS platforms. And then, all the data models like comes as part of the databases, like here accounting related, like invoices, cash receipts, GL balances, etc. Like the number of data models built on the backend. That is what we are going to leverage on the Sigma to build our dashboards. So now in the Sigma, I jump into this workspace where we have this financial related dashboards. So we have like GL, AP, AR, FA. So going deeper into the GL. So within this GL space, we have multiple dashboards like financial analytics overall and cash receipt GL balances. Then I'll quickly jump into another dashboard. So here you can again leverage this tab dashboards where we can navigate all the dashboards in a single page. We don't need to like go back and forth between the folders, etc. So this is again one of the feature on this on the app Sigma app side. So now on the GL balances, the way we structure all of our dashboards are the high level numbers are coming as a single value tile on the top, and as you go down, we are like drilling down further with more dimensionality. So now in this, we have year, ledger, location on the top, filters, and then the key KPIs like opening balance, ending balance, and the period net amount. And then going further down, it shows that opening balance by top 10 locations, top 10 departments. And then we can also see like a trending chart between like opening balance and ending balance. And similarly, the period net movement. So now the top 10 accounts, top 10 clients. So you can see that, the KPIs are, being viewed by various dimensions actually. And then we also have like a waterfall chart that clearly shows the movement of the, the period net movement by different ledgers, like which ledgers are contributing to positive movement, which ledgers are contributing to negative movements actually. And then we have the bubble chart that shows the trend at a month level, etc. So these are like few charts, but whereas we can, the data model allows to create like much more visualizations based on the customer needs. And then, we can easily customize, for the specific business needs of the customers actually. So now the other tabs are going deeper into a particular journals, like, here it shows like debit and credit amounts, and then, it shows like the comparison of like year to date. Then we can see like, the quarter to date comparisons. And then if you scroll down, the bottom of the dashboard always shows the transaction details. In this case, it shows the individual journals, like the ledger ID, ledger name, the company details, etc. It's going to take like a few seconds, but for the interest of time, I'm just running faster. So, likewise, we have search journals, cash receipt journals, and trial balances. Particularly trial balance, you can choose any particular account. You can see this, the trial balance details, including the transactions in the bottom actually. So yeah. So from here, I'll jump into the AR, where we can see the AR transaction summary that shows like total receivables amount, receipt amount, balance amount, tax amount, etc. And then as you scroll down, you can see the various slice and dices of the KPIs, like by customers, the credit memos, receivable amounts. We can even see like the trend, monthly trends, etc. So, and then the aging is particularly built for the aging analysis of our outstandings, like the total due amount, the number of invoices that is open, and then we can see the trend of that actually. And then the next is I'm going to show quickly the AP. So as an overview dashboard that shows like the invoice amount, paid invoices, overdue amount, and then it's going to show the details like, by top 10 suppliers, the total invoice amount and the invoice hold amount, etc. So, we can even share this offline if you have more interest on this. And then particularly the aging analysis. I am also going to show you this to create some of these charts using AI features. So for that, I think just remember this one particular chart, balance amount, the outstanding balances by aging bucket. I'm going to show you how to generate this report through conversational analytics actually. So, and then within the AP space, we have even the invoice hold informations, AP invoices, etc. So I hope like I could show you a glimpse of what we offer as our pre-built analytics of various dashboards. Now I'm quickly going to show how to use an AI like Ask Sigma to generate some of these dashboards through a conversational analytics. So let us say, so once you get into the Ask Sigma, so here is where you can ask the questions, but the first step is to select the data model. So this way, it's going to leverage all of the data models that we built, like the joins, the KPI definitions that we created actually. Let us say I'm going to choose an AP invoice data model. I'm going to ask questions, show the outstanding balance by aging bucket. So now, so this is going to bring the data with the visualization. I'll just quickly show you. So what we have in the dashboard, I'm going to navigate to the AP aging analysis, show the outstanding balance here, like 61 to 90 days, for example, here $130 million actually. So we can exactly see this $130 million for 61 to 90 days. So you get the same chart without any developer support. You just ask questions, you get the results. So now let us say I'm a business analyst. I want to go deeper into it. I want to understand what is contributing to this particular outstanding. So I'm going to ask the next question. So the outstanding balance by payment of for the aging bucket of 61 to 90 days. So now it's going to show the details in this $113 million. It's going to show like what is the payment term, that is falling under actually. So now if I just quickly show you the other one while it is bringing in the data, I think we got it. So the net 30 is the highest bucket here, $82.9 million out of this 130 is falling into this net 30. So now I have an interest. Okay, so if I need to take some actions, what are the invoices part of this particular bucket? So now I'm going to ask the details. Show the invoice details of aging bucket 61 to 90 days and the payment term net 30. So now we can easily get the transaction level, like the invoice details of this particular case. So now you can see the invoice ID, particular month, vendor ID, vendor site ID, and what is outstanding, etc. So it is that easy to get all the details just by asking questions in the natural language. Suppose I like this analysis. I just want to preserve it, save it for my future use. I can just click on the explore button from here. It takes me to the report development. From here, I can save as to my reports actually. So without any support, through AI, you can generate the report you need, and then you can save it to your personal folder or to your team folder, and then share it with everyone actually. So I hope this helps you on how easy the tool, and then Dataplatr, what is the value we are adding on top of the tool actually. So with that, I'm going to jump back to a quick poll. After seeing the financial analytics demo, what would create the biggest business impact for your finance team? So let's take like 10 seconds to answer this. So one trusted version of the financial metrics across teams, audit ready, transparency through version history and tagging, easy drill down from summaries to transaction level details, reduced dependency on spreadsheets and manual reconciliations, and faster month end close. Yeah. So the answers are spread across. I see easy drill down from summaries to transaction level details, and faster month end close are some of the interest. Okay, so with that, I'm going to hand over to Chandra for the closing notes.
Thank you, Prabu and Ratna and Matt, for sharing your insights about the product and other things, and also the audience taking the time for responding to the polls. But a quick recap about what we have done today, right? We covered the Sigma architecture introduction, of course, went deep dive into the technical features of Sigma, and we also saw how flexible is the Sigma's data modeling layer, and then we also looked into the AI features of Sigma, and also looked into the Dataplatr accelerator financial use cases and using natural language, right? So with that, and we would like to get into the question and answers, and we have seen few questions come our way. We'll probably get into some of them for now, and then we will reach out to the rest on a one-on-one basis. Let me run through a couple of questions for today. I see a question called, how does Sigma handle multi-user development and deployment? So I feel, Ratna, do you want to take this question?
Yeah, sure, Chandra. So yes, Sigma supports multi-user development. Like in the draft mode, multi-users can do the development at the same time, and it will create a complete version history so that it can be automatically trailed who made these changes and when it is being made. And the deployment can be handled through the version tagging. It can be mark and approve the versions by the tags. So yeah, tags by the tags, we can do the control deployment in the Sigma.
Okay. Thank you, Ratna. And the other question is on the accelerator. I see, are the accelerators cover all sorts of KPIs and dimensions? Prabhu, do you want to take this question?
Yeah, sure, Chandra. Yes, the accelerators mostly covers the out-of-the-box tables. Since the financial data is from the Oracle, so it covers all of the out-of-the-box tables. But we can easily, extend, customize using the framework that we are providing, because we know that every client takes this Oracle and then they're customized for the business needs, right? So we can extend to accommodate all of the customizations as well through the framework that we are providing.
Got it. Thank you, Prabhu. I see one more technical question in nature. Maybe Ratna, you can take up this. Does Sigma supports the window functions and advanced custom calculations?
Yes, Chandra, I can take that up. So yes, Sigma supports all type of window functions and advanced custom calculations. Sigma supports like cumulative sum, running sum, moving averages, moving count, first value, last value, all of this row number, rank, dense rank, all of this window functions supported by the Sigma's native function list.
Got it. Thank you. There was one other question on performance of the accelerators. I think the question is, can the data model support large volumes of data? Prabhu, do you want to answer this?
Yeah, I can take this up. Yes, so the fundamental design principles is like the cloud native, especially the columnar databases. So also we leverage the strength of this the cloud native databases. Like we structure the denormalized tables and then we use like less joins, etc. So it's natively going to support for the large volumes of data.
All right. Thank you, Prabhu and the team. I know we have a lot more questions. With the interest of time, I think we'll probably have to reach them out on a one-on-one basis. But I would like to thank all the audiences for staying in, staying tuned here for getting knowledge on Sigma and Dataplatr and the respective services hours. But feel free to use this QR code to reach us out for any further deep dive sessions that you would like to take. With that, I would like to close the webinar and thank you, everyone.